like we're playing Overwatch while we're going to talk about bullying, the most toxic game.
Yes. Don't do it, children.
So, I get a call the other day from the vice principal at my son's school. And he's like, I just need to let you know that I had your son in my office, and he's bullying a 4-year-old autistic kid on his bus.
Is he really?
Hold on.
Yeah. Old.
So, I'm like, oh, hell no. Because we don't handle that. We're not going to deal with that shit. Fuck you. So, he pretty much tells me I talked to him, and he admitted everything. So, and my son gets home, and I'm like, pretty much telling him off, like, why are you doing this?
Well, first we asked him,
Right.
like, what did the what did the principal say to you today?
Right.
And he's kind of dumbfounded. Like, he's not exactly sure what he needs to say to appease the situation. And he says, I was told not to put my hands on another student. Well, what were you doing? And he goes, well, I was just tickling him. Well, we weren't told that he was tickling him. We were told that he hit him. Go ahead.
So we, like, pretty much ground him, take everything away, tell him that, he's not supposed to be doing that, and et cetera, et cetera. But he had a bad night. I mean, he got yelled at. He got scolded at really bad. He got, because we're not going to put up with bullying, let alone a kid that's half your age and autistic. No, that's fucking wrong.
Right.
But if you know my son, and that is totally not
Something
that he would normally do. That's super out of his norm. So I go and I call back because I want the details, and he doesn't answer.
Right, okay.
So I'm like, well, I'm going to go to the bus because supposedly this happened on the bus. So I'm going to go talk to the bus driver.
So, but before that, though, we're sitting at dinner and we're grilling him still,
right,
trying to get him to admit to doing this. And he's sticking to the same story, which is what leads to the investigation part.
Okay, right. Because normally, even when he lies about something, he eventually caves, right? So,
right.
I go and I talk to the bus driver, and the bus driver's like, trust me, if there was any bullying on this bus, you would hear it from me before anybody else. Like, they're really good friends. Like, I put the older kids in the back and the younger kids up front, and the younger kids always ask to have him come sit up there with them because they really love him, and he's super fun to, like, he plays with them. So, I'm like, well, that's not what we're hearing.
Right.
So.
Oh, the top left, guys, top left.
Okay. So.
They have a Hanzo.
I have located the enemy.
Shit.
Not back.
Oh, I'm dead. Wow.
Oh, God.
Damn it!
Oh, my goodness.
The Reaper was almost dead, too. I'm so mad. Hello. So mad.
Fuck, I hit the wrong button.
Great round. Fired. I'm just going. I'm taking it. So anyway. So I go, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And, come to find out, I call and I talk to the principal the following day. Or the vice principal, excuse me. And he's like, oh, well, the 4-year-old's mom called me and told me that he told his mom that he's afraid to go to school because Michael hits him. He didn't investigate it at all. He then
just assumed.
Pulls my kid out of a populated area. He was in line to get pictures. He pulls him out of this populated area where he's around all his friends to question him about it. Like, no wonder he's going to admit to it. You're humiliating him in front of all of his peers.
Well,
right.
The thing is like, he didn't admit punching. He even said, no, I didn't punch him.
Oh, yeah, he admitted to touching him.
He admitted to touching him.
Which tickling is touching, right? So, he admitted to touching him.
Okay, you guys are terrible people.
Yes.
I cannot solo this, guys.
You just did. You almost
I'm
had
dead.
it. Oh my god, you still
Yeah. Me against a Roadhog.
I know.
Okay.
Better? Little better. You going diva? So,
Yeah.
anyway, so at this point, I'm like, come to find out, he didn't bully this kid. He was actually playing with this kid, and the kid got scratched. And again, 4-year-old autistic kid is going to use anything, like he doesn't want to go to school, so he's, the first person he's going to think of is Michael, because Michael sits with him on the bus. He's the last person he's had contact with. Like, so Michael had this horrible night of us grilling him for
And
bullying.
taking away everything possible.
Because
Aw.
we took the vice principal's word that he had done his job and investigated this accusation. So we actually went and met with.
Oh, I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my.
We were a lot of little people in
Oh
that.
my god, you guys! Why are you dying? I can't take on.
We all got sucked into the little ball thing.
All right, let's jump out of here before they trash talk. Yeah, I don't.
Owned. Oh, I'm like,
Maybe.
you wrote that. Trash talk ourselves. Aw, we got a sportsmanship.
I got one too. Yeah.
They weren't really trash talking. They were.
No, but that was a pretty brutal round, so I just wanted to get out of it.
Right.
That was a
You-
horrible.
Should you finish your story first, so then we can focus on the next game?
Yeah, right. Because it doesn't seem that we can focus.
Let's do quick play then while we're storytelling.
All right.
We can get used to gaming again. So, so now, like, we both feel like shit because we've literally, like, made him cry and pretty much accused him of doing something when he was literally just playing with this kid.
Which, fortunately, this was Friday when we found out the truth, so it didn't go into the weekend.
Yeah, luckily.
That's good.
So, we ended up meeting with the vice principal today.
Yeah.
And told him that, you know, we take that stuff like that serious and that we don't appreciate him giving accusations to my son without doing a thorough investigation first. And it shouldn't have been my job to talk to the bus driver. He should have talked to the bus driver. Right?
Right.
And he actually admitted that he had handled the situation really badly and that he was overrun with shit that day and that he, you know, and he went and apologized to Michael in class. But it comes to find out now, like, bullying is any type of physical touch in school at this point.
Well, at least this school, because like, and I told the principal this too, because you know, Kate gave me the lead on this. Like, I ain't got time to this guy.
Because Denny's a lot more scary than me.
So, I mean, and I told him, like, you know, at the other school, because we're new to the school, we just moved over this side, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Michael was loved at his other school, at both his last schools. Like, they all knew him, they all knew, you know, they all loved him, be around, everything. Like, every time I'd pick him up, everyone would say, "Hey, Michael, have a good day, Michael." We'll give Michael hugs. Teachers, students, whatever. Right? Even it's like we'd run into him at like stores and stuff, and they were talking. And so it's ever since he's gotten here, we've had
Nothing but problems.
yeah.
With, like, the staff.
Well, that's
like,
scary.
Not even just him, but, like, you know, Michael fell really behind on certain stuff in his classroom. And it took me going out of my way to ask the teacher before she was like, "Oh, yeah, by the way, he's really behind." I'm like, you couldn't tell me this 2-3 weeks ago?
Not yet.
And, like, talking to
Ryan's trying to come back.
trying to talk to parents is a little easier now, being that, like, there's a texting app. Like, his teacher will literally text me, like, "Hey, Michael failed this class," or "passed this class," blah, blah, blah. Like, it's super easy. So, why couldn't you just go, "Hey, he's falling behind"? You know? And so we've just had a lot of issues with this entire school with just any type of communication, which sucks.
Right. Haha, bitch.
But now, like, two things could potentially happen. Like, A, I'm not gonna take anything. There's a Hanzo behind taking pop shots. I'm not going to take anything that comes from that school now at face value anymore.
Right.
Which sucks. Like, I should be able to trust when his teacher tells me something or his principal tells me something, but I can't.
Totally.
Well, so to get back to the first time that we had to deal with this, we go in there to talk about his grades and figure out how we can get Michael back on track. And the teacher then tells us that, you know, he bullied 2 students. And we were like,
So they just have a poor definition of what bullying is.
very poor definition.
Right, because at this point, they considered him bullying, him being somewhat annoying. Like, talking to them when they're trying to do a test or something.
Oh. Hey.
So,
Hold it, Denny, hold it.
So because he's slightly annoying
Oh, fuck.
or overly talkative, he's a bully now.
Right.
Well, no, that was because he was pestering. He kept, like, poking a student, which Michael has a fucking problem. When you tell him to stop, he doesn't think it's over. He just keeps.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You got sniped by that guy.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have it, but no luck.
It's alright.
Shit, and I'm all the way back here. Damn it. I should not have let that happen. I was gonna try to ult to give us some cover, and that didn't work out.
So yeah, I mean, pretty much any type of physical touch is a bully in a school. Which seems
That's pretty aggressive.
excessive.
Ash behind you guys.
It takes away the how critical something can be by just saying, "Oh well, he was touching him," and like when I say touch him, I mean that sounds bad because we've been kind of conditioned to think that's bad. But like poking his arm,
Right. Or tickling.
Right.
As a mutual thing. Okay, they're mutually having fun and playing with each other and tickling each other on the butt.
Shit. Hanzo's trying to get me.
But then not only that, you're teaching kids now, like, Michael's gonna be afraid to have any type of interaction or have fun on his bus. Because he's afraid that now he's gonna get accused of being a bully. Right?
Right.
Which is super shitty. Especially being the fact that he's hated the bus, like, all year. And this is, like, the first time that he's actually found a friend on the bus. And that's...
Damn it.
Fuck. That's gonna kill me. And this could potentially ruin that.
Right.
I will follow my path.
That changes my thinking.
So, it's...
Oops. Not what I wanted to do.
I mean, it could just be me, but I mean, I still picture bullies as like the kids that shake you upside down for your lunch money. You know what I mean?
Well, no, there's a distinctive, like, they're trying to cause you harm either physically or emotionally for sure.
Right.
Also, what the hell, people? Okay. Oh,